Council's ready. We're off. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Council of the Village of Chase to be held in the council chamber at the village office, 826 Okanagan Avenue, via Zoom, today, October 28, 2025 at 4 p.m. And I see Councillor Stevens is there on Zoom. Can you hear everything we're saying, Councillor Stevens?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Just before we go to the adoption of the agenda, I just thought, say a few words about Barb Mahar. I heard she passed away, what, maybe a week ago?
Wednesday, not a week, almost a week,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
And
Wednesday night.
just an example of a great community member. I first got involved with her when I was a chamber director, and she was the chamber president, and just the energy and sorry, I thought people knew.
Oh, that's, sorry, I
I
apologize.
just thought it was worth recognizing because she was just magnificent for the community. When we did that 100-year anniversary of Chase, we had 10 days, like Edmonton had 1 day or 3 days. We had 10 days of the biggest party this community's ever seen. And she brought the whole town together. And then after that, she went and took on this literacy program, which is just magnificent because that's why we have all these issues. I didn't realize when I grew up that I had books, I had everything to read, and most kids don't have anything to read in any literature, so they fall into the cracks, they fall into crime, they fall into not a proper upbringing. And so I just wanted to recognize a magnificent and a fellow Citizen of the Year person. I don't know if there's anybody else from council that wants to say something. I know Jane, you had a lot to do with Barb.
Yeah, she was amazing, very good organizer and hardworking, and did a lot for our community, and big shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
She's got, she was on top of everything. She's got everything all organized, and she has people taking over for her and stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough call for those ladies, because it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, no, she'll be missed for sure.
And before we adopt the agenda, Councillor Conant, even though it's out of order, we're gonna let you say, apparently you have something you wanna say, so you can do it under number 7 if you wish. But it's
Under where?
number 7.
Oh, number 7, report.
It's totally out of order, but we're gonna let you go with it.
Oh, I'm 6.
Yeah. So, number 2, adoption of the agenda. Councillor Herman,
I move the agenda of October 28, 2025 regular meeting be adopted as presented.
seconded by Councillor Corbon. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? That's carried. Dan, you'll have to speak up if I miss you, I can see you,
I'll
but
try and watch you.
just speak up if I miss something. Number 3, adoption of the minutes. Somebody want to do that one? Councillor Corbon?
I'll move that the minutes of the October 14th, 25 regular meeting be adopted as presented.
Seconded by Councillor Stevens. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried unanimously. Number 4, no public hearings. 5, public input on current agenda items. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to speak on current agenda items? There is an opportunity at the end of the meeting for the public to speak on any municipal matter. So at this time, is there anyone from the public that wants to speak on current agenda items? Okay, we have one. Okay, name and address, please.
It's Angie McLaren at 462 Maple Place.
Okay,
First of all, I would like to say I am sad about Barb passing away. She helped our society out a lot over the last 3-4 years. She will be totally missed. I'm also here to thank Rod Nadeau for zooming in from Whistler to do a presentation for council and mayor on the importance of adopting a zero carbon step code and clarifying the difference between the energy step code and the zero carbon step code. So thank you. And also for Tracy being here and presenting on Meetings in Bloom. And all the hard work that she's done.
Okay, is there anybody else? Seeing none, we'll move on to number 6, delegations. First, we have Terry Hadwin, TNRD Film Commissioner. You have the floor, Terry.
Thank you. Do I have I do. Do I get to have control of the flicker? Because that's what I like to ask at home, or are you gonna speed me through it?
I think we're gonna have to.
Okay, that's okay. I can handle that. I sometimes share at home as well. So thank you, everybody, for allowing me to come and chat with you. Oh, sure, I can stand up here. Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense. Okay. My name is Terry Hadwin, and I am the Thompson Nicola Film Commissioner, and I'm just going to speed through this presentation that I have for you. It's a lot about awareness and giving residents as well as council an opportunity to ask questions. We're one of 150 odd services that the TNRD offers, and sometimes people aren't aware of what it is that we do. So this is kind of a little bit of an awareness building. I'll go to the next one.
Just having trouble here, sorry.
That's okay. Stay tuned, as they say. So this is our mission statement, and I'm not going to read it, but what it is and what the reason is for the Film Commission existing is to entice film productions into the region, stimulating the economy. There are many, many reasons to do that, and I'll go into that a little bit later. And then we also try to facilitate film production growth from within by providing training opportunities, networking opportunities. And this is our small but mighty team. I'm the film commissioner. I have a full-time film assistant. She's brilliant. She helps me a lot with the marketing materials that we work on. And then we also have Vesta Giles, who is a part-time film assistant. She's also a film creator herself. You may recognize her name. She created the documentary called The Test, which was a doc based on the District of Logan Lake being the very first fire smart community in the world, how it was put to the test. And we are one of 7 regional film commissions in the province, and we are all under the umbrella of the Provincial Film Commission of British Columbia. And this is one of the funny memes that I put together as an icebreaker. You probably only find it funny if you actually work in the film industry, but and my husband also says that if you have to explain a joke, it's no longer funny. So I won't go into details. But basically, a lot of people seem to think that I'm always meeting up with celebrities, and that's just really not true. Most of the people that I work with in the film industry are the location managers, and they are amazing, and they have credits in the film as well, but maybe just aren't as recognized as the actors and the people in front of the camera. But in essence, what we really, really do is we welcome the film productions into the region and support them. These are some numbers that are kind of hard to see, but we're kind of talking about how we are a industry that is in the billions. So we bring in about $2 billion worth of economic development into BC. And then, but you'll notice that those numbers haven't been this low since 2016, and a big part of that were the strikes that were held in 2023, and it has been a slow recovery, but it is on its way, and it is really happening not just in British Columbia, but also all throughout Canada and really worldwide. Those numbers have kind of taken a dip since those strikes. But I am seeing a recovery, which is nice. And what does it mean locally? So that in 2024, just last year, we had an influx of $9.75 million that came into the region due to film industry. Some successes that we've had of productions that have been filmed in the region include Sugarcane. Sugarcane was partially filmed in Kamloops and in Cache Creek, and it made it all the way to the Oscars. Here's a few more. So Edge of Sleep is a television series that was almost 100% completely filmed in Kamloops. Tracker, a very popular television program, its pilot episode was filmed in our region, and you can see a lot of its marketing materials are actually of our region. It aired right after the Super Bowl, so there is no more prime time slot than that time period, so that was really exciting and something to celebrate. And another smaller independent film, Die Alone, partially filmed in our area. Get Fast, 100% filmed within the region. So we had the movie premiere at the Paramount in Kamloops. A lot of the cast and crew came for that one. Most notably, you might recognize Lou Diamond Phillips, and yes, he is just as handsome as he always has been. So we already talked about The Test in Cold Water, partially filmed in our area. Was one of the #1 television series that was airing when it first came out. I believe it was on Prime, maybe? A case of whodunit. I'll let you guys watch it to determine who you think did what, but it's a true story documentary, and a short film called Henderson that's been winning a lot of awards. So a lot of my job talks about me not talking about anything. So a lot of the times, unfortunately, I have to sign NDAs and I cannot talk about what it is that I'm doing. So a lot of the times I do have to look like the dumb blonde and say, I don't know, that sounds really interesting. And that's okay, but it's more fun when we do get to celebrate the productions and talk about them after the fact. But what we like to try to say is that we try to keep things on the down low for as long as we possibly can, because if the media gets a hold of the information that filming is happening within our region, they spread it out, and then people, for whatever reason, seem to think that they can come on set and talk to the people while they're working. And you would never do that to a construction site, so we try to treat it the same way. As these people are at work, we don't disturb them. So that's one of the main reasons why a lot of what I do is a little bit on the secret. So what else do we do? This is going to give you a whole list of things that we do. I'm not going to read them all off. Yeah, next slide. But I would say the majority of the time that I spend is taking production location managers out to view the locations that we have. So they will approach me, they'll say, Terry, here's my script, or here's my lookbook. Show me what you have for photos. So that's kind of how it starts. If they say, yep, this definitely interests me, I want to go and visit that location, I'll take them to that location, they'll look at it and say, you know what, now we need to bring in the director. Then the director comes, and then they bring the art crew, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger from there. So that is a consistent thing that I'm working on. I got 2 inquiries today. So I mean, it's just an ongoing thing where productions are constantly reaching out and asking me to show them what we have in the region. Ways that people can try to support film production to come to them is by registering either your home or your business in our Film Friendly database. Having those photos available to show to the productions right away definitely helps the cause of bringing productions into the area, and that is especially true when dealing with any sort of commercials. Commercials want to see the photos before they've even thought about it, so having those photos in the database definitely helps us to bring productions into the region. And there's a whole bunch of other things we do. So in essence and in summary, the Film Commission is the region's ambassadors for film industry. Some of our recent accomplishments, so we've brought the movie map back. So that shows the various film productions that have been shot in our area over the last 20 years that we're aware of. You can zoom into your community and see the different projects that have been filmed here or wherever you might think of. You can do it by search. If you're like, what was that movie called? You can do it by there. We've also partnered with the library, so when you click on any of those productions, if there is an actual physical copy that you can borrow from the library, it'll let you know that. It'll also send you to the IMDb link so you can see who starred in it, all kinds of things. We had been released in December of last year, this project. We were one of the top 10 visited sites in the TNRD platform for the entire year, and we reached that stat in just 1 month of being released. So people are definitely very interested in that site, which is exciting, so I'm glad we brought it back. We also have a 3-year strategic plan to guide us through what we're going to be doing with our lives. On to the next one. I went to a trade show to promote the region. I went to Las Vegas, and I went to a trade show called American Film Market, and I was there when Trump got elected. So that was a really fun time. Our dollar hit an all-time low. British Columbia announced that they were increasing our film tax credit. So, and I was the only Canadian location that was set up at that event. So I was a very popular booth. A lot of productions found out that every third day that they filmed in Canada, specifically within our interior British Columbia, every third day would be free. So that made us very enticing. Although we never want to celebrate, you know, our dollar being an all-time low. But for the last 3 years, we've earned the recognition of being one of the top places to live and work as a movie maker. Bringing up the subject of how we try to facilitate growth from within and provide opportunities to get involved within the film industry. Annually, we host a 2-day seminar with amazing people that can come and be guest speakers, people like the Knowledge Network, really large, enticing people to work with, that these people have funding and they have a lot of knowledge to impart on people that are wanting to learn about being involved in film. So that's held annually, and we do it in partnership with the Kamloops Film Society. And then moving on to the next one. The other film learning opportunities that we do is every third Sunday. I am the host of film industry networking events where we bring in guest speakers from all over. Some of them are local in Kamloops, but mostly we bring them from outside of Kamloops so that people that live within our region don't necessarily need to travel to the Lower Mainland or to Whistler or to Banff or any of those other places to meet these sorts of folks. We're bringing them into the interior and giving them the opportunity to network with them. We had women in the directors come, and because of that, one of our local residents was able to meet and network with that person, and then ended up getting funded through the Women in the Directors Networking Program. So very exciting that they're not only learning, but they're also gaining opportunities to network with folks that they may not normally get to. And I'm in my 40s, and I never thought I'd be excited about generators, but I'm pretty amped. Charged all up about these e-generators that I got a grant for, and they are excellent because they are whisper quiet, so they can be operating late into the evenings in a neighborhood and people don't even know that they're there. They're providing green energy. This is them on their maiden voyage. Netflix used them for a project called My Secret Santa that filmed in February in Sun Peaks and in Kamloops. And it was excellent because they were able to use them on the inside of a hotel, not providing any emissions or anything like that, so they were able to be used inside, and that really saved all of these cables from running outside to the diesel generators inside. So it was one of the coldest weeks of the year, and we were able to power all of their lights and their cameras with those amazing e-generators. We're always looking for investors to put forward some cash to build us a film studio. If they did that, we would really be able to catalyst into the future and really grow the industry. And once a year, I am hosting familiarization tours where I take film production people, whether they be location managers or the producers or whatever the case may be, and taking them around to visit specific sites throughout the TNRD. Last year we did the left-hand side of the TNRD. This year we'll be doing this upcoming year we'll be doing the right-hand side of the TNRD. Next slide. I'm almost done. This is where you can find more information. So you can find us on our socials. We have a website. You could get lost on that website for well over an hour. There's a lot of information on there. You can subscribe to our e-newsletter. We only send it out once a month. We don't send you coupons or anything that you don't really want to see or hear. Just if you're interested in learning more about us, that's a great way to stay tuned for more information. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are you open to taking questions from council, or?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Is there anybody from council that has any? Councilor
I
Herman?
have a question. Do we need to update some of our locations in town here?
I would say that
We're
it's-
pretty good?
I would say it's always an ongoing thing,
Okay.
yes, and especially if you have brand new businesses, making sure that they're aware that I exist. If you have a chamber of commerce and you want me to come and make a presentation to them, I make presentations to Provis, I make presentations to Rotary, just so that people become aware of what it is that we offer. And ranches are always going to be a big
Yeah.
request, and so if you own a ranch or any sort of business, home, anything that you can think of. On our social media, we do a lot of call outs when productions are looking for something specific. And it can be just about anything. There could be a product that's looking for hospitals or bowling alleys. You just don't know what a story is going to need. So having everything is what's best for us.
No, it's good. I'll bring it to our Together Chase meeting where we have lots of different groups there, which would be good. Because I know when you say it's very specific, I remember when I helped you a little bit that time, and then that you wanted a creek with a wooden bridge with no sides.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I see, Chase Creek, maybe, like, you know, you don't realize how specific
Mhm.
that
It
you
can-
need.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
a bridge is a bridge. No, it's not.
Not when they want a specific look.
Yeah, no, it's interesting, yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Any other questions from council? I don't see any, and just for council, if you have any budget questions to do with this, we do have the meeting with the TNRD budget at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Hopefully you'll all come, but thank you very much, Terry, and we appreciate the good work you do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so next, we have 6.2 Rod Nadeau, is that how you pronounce it? Is Rod, how do you pronounce your last name, Rod?
I'm Rod Nadeau.
Nadeau, okay,
Yeah, it's actually a French name.
that sounds French. Anyway, good to see you, Rod, and are you actually in Whistler right now?
I am in Whistler right now, and we actually got a little bit of snow today in the valley.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but now, just for context, our main residence in the spring, summer, and fall is at 5864 Squilax Anglemont in the North Shuswap.
oh, yeah, cool.
And then our company operates in Whistler, Pemberton, the Sunshine Coast, and Golden.
Perfect, so welcome to our council meeting, and you have the floor, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to see if I can share the presentation here and see if that all works for you. Is that showing the screen properly?
We are getting something there,
Yeah,
a faded picture of old buildings.
that's right. Those are the kissing buildings in Dawson, Yukon, and that's what happens when you don't insulate your floor well enough and your permafrost foundation melts. So,
Kissing buildings, okay. I didn't catch that to start with, kissing buildings, and I went somewhere else.
yeah. Well, we've been building all electric, buildings, which essentially is a top code step of the carbon step code for the last 40 years, because we're building in areas that never had gas, and bottled propane was too expensive. And in 2021, Zebex did this case study on a number of buildings that were in the Net Zero Energy Challenge from Clean BC, and to find out what the additional costs were to build high performance, energy efficient buildings. And we're on the end there, we're a 32% discount, which kind of upended their study. They thought these cost more. The 28% is High Street Ventures based in Kelowna. This is just a chart showing where the other buildings had higher and lower costs. And our buildings all had lower costs in every part of the building. And it was just through good design. And none of our buildings are hooked up to gas anymore. and haven't been for the last 10 years. This is an apartment building that we built in Pemberton. We still own it, we operate it and run it. It's an all-electric building with heat pumps for heating, cooling, and hot water. We know it works great because Pemberton had a heat wave. It was 48 degrees in 2021, between 46 and 48 for a week. And our buildings in Golden, you know, it's minus 40 there in the winter. So this is our other for sale building in Pemberton. And we've been monitoring the heating and cooling in these buildings for the last 7 years now. And our apartments heat for between $30 and $50 a year. And our cooling costs are $20 to $30 a year. And we're doing that and building the buildings at a discount. This is our project in Golden that we completed in 2023. Same performance levels and same costs, that we're still building them less expensive than code minimum buildings. We didn't get there on our own. We spent 3 years on our Radius Narayan project doing in-depth energy modeling and HVAC control studies to determine the best, most cost-effective way of building our buildings and heating, cooling them, and then the controls and how to run it. And we partnered with BCIT. They have a building science engineering department, and it was the best 3 years because we got rid of our misconceptions on what worked and didn't, and had, you know, science-backed systems performance. This is our next project. We're building this in Pemberton, step code 5, all electric, and we're actually going to build these and sell them 25% below market. They're going to have central ducted heat pump for heating, cooling, and ventilation, and electric hot water, so no gas in these. This is a project, that's the rendering of some duplexes we're building at Kicking Horse Mountain Resort. Same thing, step code 5, all electric, high performance. There it is under construction. And they're the guys putting the finishing touches on. Just want to point out, we are a builder developer, but we're primarily a builder first. So we design and build, and the people in these pictures all work directly for us. Just a couple other projects we're doing between some duplexes, some larger buildings. And just wanted to let you know, 25 years ago when we started building high performance buildings, it was really tough to do. 10 years ago it was hard, 5 years ago it got easy, and today there's a lot of products on the market that you can just buy off the shelf to build our higher performance buildings. Here's a little Arctic heat pump. They're based in Manitoba, and that system you're looking at there, it's more of a higher end custom home system or for a small building. 5-ton heat pump, hot water tank, hot tank, cold tank for heating, cooling, and then you just have some hydronic coils and an air handler for your heating, cooling. They've been selling these for the last 10, 15 years. This is not new technology. Heat pumps, you know, I got a crazy quote to replace a 12,000 BTU mini split heat pump from 14 grand from this contractor in Pemberton. Here's a 5-ton one, or the 4-ton, 48,000 BTU, and that's the actual price. I can just order it and have it delivered 2 days later from Senneville in Quebec. And that's just a Midea or a Lennox. You know, Midea make about 20 different brands. So if you're buying a heat pump, it's going to be a Hisense, a Gree, or a Midea, no matter what brand name you buy it. So these aren't really that expensive. Here's just another example of a 4-head mini split system. You know, the big part of this is that there's a lot of training out there for any builder that needs to catch up. You know, Canadian Home Builders Association and the local chapters, the closest one is Kamloops. They've got some good education and training programs for the builders if they needed to catch up on what's out there. You know, my message is it's really not very hard to meet the highest level of the step code. or the carbon step code. The carbon step code is you're going to use a heat pump instead of a furnace. You're not going to put a gas range in, you'll put an induction range in. And if you want a higher performance building, you just add a little extra insulation. So that's kind of the message. It's not that hard to do anymore. There's readily available training, and the industry is there. The products are available, and you can buy them at your regular suppliers. So we just wanted to end with this picture here. That was a couple of weeks ago up in the North Shuswap. Fall is here, and I'd like to know if you have any questions.
Is there anybody, Councillor Corbon?
What temperature do the heat pumps give out?
Depending on the heat pumps, all the new air sourced heat pumps that are cold weather climate, they work down to -30. And we had ours in Golden, we're still getting hot water out of the Sandins at -40. And we've had no issues with them in Golden and Pemberton.
No, what temperature does the heat come out of the heat pump into the house?
Well, it comes at whatever you set it at. They're coming out a little bit lower than a gas furnace. So you need a little more airflow and you run it a little bit longer. It depends
Well,
on the
actually
size.
quite a bit longer. Because the temperature that, the ones I've seen, the temperature that comes out of the vents is about 98 degrees.
We tend to run the heating at between 85 and 95 degrees. Otherwise, we're running it too hot, and that is well within the range of any heat pump. Like, we don't find any issue using heat pumps for the temperature that is supplied to the air, whether it's an air handler, like a standard furnace, or whether we're using the mini split heads.
Yeah, no, I found it just at that temperature in the wintertime, the heat pumps have a tendency to run for a long time.
If you've dropped the new ones, will perform at their full stated capacity down to about -15 to 20, and then they start losing capacity, which they're still delivering the temperature, they're just using more power to do it. So their COP will go from 3 to 1 down to about 1.8 to 1. And this is not new technology. If we were in Europe, you'd have 20 different brands of heat pumps that would do your heating, cooling, and hot water. We're just a little behind the times in North America as to this equipment. And the suppliers are now starting to bring in the equipment that they've been selling for a dozen years in Europe and Asia. So it tends to work quite well.
Anything else, Councillor Corbon?
No,
Okay, I see Councillor Stevens has his hand up.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming today, Rod. I actually have a heat pump and I use it for heating and cooling. And we put it in last December. And one thing I noticed, this is more of a comment than a question, but our bills are significantly cheaper, especially when it comes to electric. And I have found the house to be significantly warmer and colder when need to be. So thanks a lot for coming today. And I'm a big proponent of what you're after. So thank you very much for your time.
Well, probably the biggest thing today, we never installed air conditioning until a few years ago, and we needed it because of the wildfire smoke. We couldn't open up our windows and doors in the evening to cool our place down. And so that's when we installed the air conditioning. And if you're installing air conditioning, a heat pump is just an air conditioner with a two-way valve instead of a one-way valve. So you're getting the bonus, you get heating out of it at a much, more energy efficient use of your electricity.
Okay, is there anything else anybody wishes to add, Rod, or anybody from council?
I have one more comment. So the thing that made my installation really great this time last year was that Fortis actually offered a significant rebate. So I think the bill in total was around just shy of $15,000, but Fortis gave us $10,000 back. So that included a new furnace and a heat pump. So it was almost a no-brainer, and it really helped make the house more energy efficient. So that's my final comment. Thank you very much.
And also the Clean BC have some pretty significant grants if you're switching from gas to electric heat pumps today.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Nadeau, for, it's always good to get new information and things that are going on, so thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for inviting me. Have a nice afternoon.
Yeah, you too, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Okay, that was interesting. We now have 6.3, communities in bloom, and who's gonna represent the communities in bloom?
I'll get to the award that we got after I'm done. But I also just wanna explain too that when I wrote this, I said say things like recommended. When I say that, it might not necessarily mean me or us. So it's a pleasure to be here today to celebrate our community's achievements in the recognition that Chase has received a 3 Bloom rating for its astounding efforts in environmental action, heritage conservation, and beautification initiatives. This recognition reflects not just dedication of a few, but the collective pride, passion, and perseverance of our entire community. Our downtown core as a welcoming reflection of our shared commitment to keeping Chase vibrant and inviting. The hanging baskets, benches continue to bring warmth and color to our streets, while Pocket Park continues to offer a peaceful place to gather and connect. We know, however, that there's always room to grow. Some of our downtown buildings are ready for a fresh coat of paint, and a few garden beds could use renewed attention. The addition of a new washroom facility downtown would further improve accessibility and comfort to residents and visitors. By collaborating with Public Works and exploring funding opportunities, we could continue to enhance the look and feel of our community, ensuring that Chase remains a place we're all proud to call home. We would like to see access for maintenance of the sign, Chase sign, at the west entrance into Chase. We have had communication with administration about this. Thank you, Joni. And was told that there is changes in the works, but we would like to collaborate in any way we can and just know what's gonna happen maybe. To further support beautification efforts, it's recommended that Chase Communities in Bloom initiate discussions with Public Works Department to explore opportunities for volunteer involvement. Our commitment to sustainability shines through, environmental action initiatives. Our commitment to sustainability shines through the incredible work of the Environmental Action Society. From tree planting to the promotion of our anti-idling bylaw, CEAS continues to lead the way in protecting and restoring our environment. These initiatives not only make Chase more beautiful, they make it safer and more resilient. Moving forward, we're encouraged to expand these efforts, removing old tire berms, hosting tree planting workshops, and developing a community composting program that will enrich our soil and strengthen our environmental health. The ongoing collaboration between the village, CEAS, and Together Chase is essential to the success of the tree planting initiatives community cleanups, and other environmental projects. Heritage conservation efforts. Chase's roots run deep. Our history is reflected in the stories, architecture, and partnerships we continue to nurture, especially with our local Indigenous communities. The Chase and District Museum play vital roles in preserving these connections, ensuring that future generations understand and appreciate where we've come from. Events like the historical walking tours and community celebrations keep shared history alive. As we look ahead, we'll continue to explore implementing heritage bylaws to protect our historical structures and consider launching a historical home and garden tour. A wonderful way to showcase the character and charm that defines Chase. For tree management strategies, trees are the backbone of our landscape and the symbol of growth and renewal. Through collaboration with the village, we would like to develop a tree management strategy, which would enhance shade, biodiversity, and beauty of our urban spaces. It would be great to know if Public Works already has a strategy in place. The suggestions given by the judges in the evaluation might have already been addressed. It would be valuable information for future communities and bloom tours. The report suggests hiring a tree consultant to do an audit on city-owned trees regarding health and would aid in the succession planting plan. This would also include tree value, which gives a monetary or environmental worth based on species, size, condition, and location. This information can facilitate budgeting and developmental purposes. Landscape and floral designs, from vibrant plantings and edible gardens, Chase is blossoming. These green spaces don't just add color, they build connections. The Fire Smart Garden is a perfect example, educating residents about being fire smart and native plants. This space also has inspired the first ever community truth and reconciliation event. Going forward, there will be engagement with intercultural groups with Indigenous leadership. It would be grouped with the Kuzmi Food Forest as a place where people can go and learn Secwepemc language and culture in addition to nature, education, and gardening. This was a collaboration between many groups and would not have been possible without Chase and Area Family Services, the Village of Chase, and many volunteers. To keep these projects thriving, we'll continue building partnerships, investing in self-watering planters, and expanding community gardens that promote both beautification and local food sovereignty. Our 3 Bloom recognition is more than just an award. It's a reflection of who we are as a community. It represents our care for the environment, our respect for history, culture, and our belief in the power of collaboration. Together, we've shown that small actions, planting trees, painting a building, tending a garden, can create a big impact. As we continue to grow, let's keep working hand in hand to make Chase a model of sustainability and pride and community spirit. Thank you and congratulations to everyone who has contributed to this well-deserved recognition. And
They have a special award.
so not everybody got this award, but this award is called the Golden Globe.
Outstanding community involvement is awarded to Chase Communities in Bloom 2025. Pretty cute.
Isn't he a golden buddy or something? Or?
Yeah.
Called him Buddy.
But I believe they made this special for us, right?
And
Like
they-
it's not a
well, they
regular
actually-
award,
Oh.
so that's pretty
Yeah.
neat.
Because we had so much participation.
That's awesome.
And then we got our plaque as well, which will keep
For the
everything.
Together Chase for everybody.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, and thank you, and I can't believe you read that whole thing out.
Yeah.
That was quite long, but, as I said, when you were getting the award, and thanks for inviting Councillor Herman and myself, but
Yeah,
it's one of the most for the amount of money the village and the taxpayers put into it, like it's like 1,000 to 1, not only in financially, but just in the community, like on Sunday when I went to the curling rink. Pancake breakfast, I saw Councillor Torbon there. What a difference. I used to go there and it was a parking lot, which never really bothered me. But I go there now and it's like, wow, it's a wow. And I think Darlene, you do quite a bit in the garden there and others.
Not much more than anyone else, but
Yeah,
it's
there's a
all
few.
volunteer, yeah.
There's a few people that are volunteering their time, but it's changed that into, it's actually a beautiful
It looks good, yeah.
Beautiful area, it's almost as good as Councillor Torbon's beautiful curling shots.
Oh, you're gonna say it's pancakes.
It's pancakes, but it really, it's changed, like even the whole community, and even mentally, it's just another good thing, and good things that are going on in the community, and I know I support anything that's good in this community. It was just great, yeah. So, that's what I have to say. Is there anybody else that wishes to say anything?
I'll just comment
Councillor
that
Herman.
I work with these girls and they work really hard and it's pretty awesome. And we got this year enticed a few more people into the fold, we hope. That group of Sun Valley ladies gardeners is very interested in the whole thing. And then there was like 6 people there or something, wasn't there? We talked to them, like that's 6 more volunteers, maybe. But their place was amazing, the work they put into that. Yeah, and down where Fred lives, their gardens were amazing. Like, it's just so neat to see the pride that people take in that, on that tour, wasn't it? It was just so inspiring, yes.
it was really important. Thank you very much for coming, because you could answer a lot, Joni, sorry. I'm speaking of Joni.
Yeah.
So it was good that you were there, because you were able to answer questions that we don't have. And I think a lot of the report too did reflect that they had, like, they were talking about, you know, pruning schedules and this and that. And I know there is, because I see it yearly, you know, everybody's out there pruning at this and stuff. And so, but it would be great, I know it's kind of hard because, you know, like staff levels or whatever, but it would be great to see Public Works be, or just hear from them, so we could like communicate to this, you know, like their questions and that sort of thing. So I don't know what that looks like in the future, but just putting it out there.
Are you talking about general pruning, of everybody pruning, or just
Well, no,
within
just
the
the
village?
report,
Or like
the report
village
that they did,
places?
they
Oh,
said that, no, just the village
Oh, okay.
stuff, so like, yeah, like a pruning schedule, and they just mentioned some things in the report that I know that we already do, but they
But we
don't
didn't
know
have the
that.
answers.
Yeah,
Because we
didn't
didn't
have the
have
answers
anybody
for it.
there
Right.
to
But now we
answer
know,
it.
yeah. we
So
know
it would
those.
be good to
Yeah.
kind of have more information. I mean, we don't necessarily have to share it with everybody, but definitely the judges maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, great, thank you, and we're looking forward to next year.
Joe?
Yeah, great job.
I need some water.
No wonder that was a long
Yeah.
night.
Thanks, Tracy.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, see ya.
Make sure I return this.
Hey, well, that was nice. Now we get to reports, number 7, and Councillor Coniff has indicated he wishes to speak at this time. So Councillor Coniff?
These are questions that, well, there's some that I've talked to Joni about, and I'm not gonna ask about those ones. But there's some questions here that, yeah, people have asked me, and so I'm gonna ask, not just Public Works, but administration. The sidewalk on Pine Street, there's a big chunk missing there. I mean, it's been there for, I don't go down Pine Street, but somebody said it's been there all summer and that. Somebody's gonna fall and trip and break their bloody neck. The speed signs.
So let's stop with that one, and I see your hand up, if you'd like to answer.
Sure, so the Pine Street sidewalk piece, the Brook Drive, we also have a section there. that's missing. So that was being formed up today. We have the same contractor doing the Pine Street repairs, and it should be done sometime early next week.
Yeah, cause I drove down there today and there's nothing there. Okay, and the speed signs. Where we have them and that, I like to know where they're going, or, you know, when are they gonna go up?
Is that a question to admin, or who would you like to answer?
Mr. Mayor, our manager of public works has an answer for that
Oh,
question as
okay,
well.
great.
Sure. So, yeah, so we've got the signs, they're at Public Works. We ordered some signs that are gonna be really good for the community, I think. They're quite large, and with those signs, they can't just go on a regular post. They need to be installed on more like a street light standard, but just that's a little bit shorter. So the cost to do that is gonna be about $8,000 to get those installed. And so as the year kind of winds down, I'm gonna be speaking with our CFO and seeing if we can't find budget somewhere within our operations to get those installed. Otherwise, we'll be including something in the 2026 budget to get them installed.
Well, hopefully it's this year. Snow plow or pusher, it's been 2 years.
So it got approved in the 2025 budget. And we're currently working with Ty-C on getting one fabricated. The estimate for that is in the $12,500 range.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now go on to number 8, unfinished business. 8.1, permissive tax exemption bylaw, 957/2025. This bylaw has received first, second, and third reading. Council may now adopt the bylaw. Councillor Torban?
I'll move that the permissive tax exemption bylaw number 957/2025 be adopted.
Do you have a seconder? Councillor Herman, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? When I'm waiting to Councillor Torban, I'm just checking on Councillor Stevens just to make sure. So we have 9 new business, and apparently Councillor Herman.
Yeah, I would like to recuse myself from this as it is my family, brother-in-law, so I'll leave, is that the way?
Okay.
I will come back.
Is there a baseball game?
Yes?
There is. Okay, we will continue now. Councillor Herman is left. Development variance permit for Hyssop Road, and there's a report from the Director of Corporations, but I'm just wondering if the Director of Corporate Operations has anything to say at this moment.
I don't, Mr. Mayor, it's just an application that council is being asked to receive and then direct us to move forward with the next steps, which are to draft an actual permit and do the referral, which every property owner within 50 meters of the subject property will get notification and have an opportunity to respond to us.
So when we do the variances, there is no first and second reading, and so how does this work again, please?
How it works is, well, we have a new development approvals procedure bylaw that council adopted last week. Not a lot has changed with respect to variances. I did allude to it in my report that staff has been delegated to actually issue permits when the variance is less than 20% or less. In this case, the variance amount exceeds 20%, so that's why it's before council. And but a permit is simply issued. It's not a bylaw, and there's no readings. It's very binary. It's yes or no.
So a letter goes out to everybody within 50 meters, and then staff makes a decision now?
It'll come back to council. I'll collate all the responses we get. I'll do a full report. I'll provide more information, some finer details, You'll have a copy of the variance permit itself. It'll all come back at the next meeting, providing council wants to move forward.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from council?
No.
Okay, seeing none, there is a recommendation of someone, Councillor Coniff.
That council direct administration to draft a development variance permit and complete the referral process.
Seconded by Councillor Stevens. Is that okay, Councillor Stevens? Okay, any discussion? All in favor? And that's carried, and Councillor Herman probably jogged 5 miles by now.
It's snowing yet?
Okay, we're done with new business. We're on to number 10, notice of motion. Any notices of motions? Okay, don't see any. Number 11, opportunity for public to speak on municipal matters. This is an opportunity for members of the gallery, and I would presume also on Zoom, to provide input on any municipal matter. Is there anybody here that wishes to speak on any municipal matter? With 1, 2, 2? Okay, which one? Who?
Well, that's Max.
2?
It's very short.
Who would like to go first?
I guess it's not.
Sure, just name and address, please.
Do we stand there?
Sure.
Okay, because I wanted, okay. One of the items
Just name and address,
oh,
please.
sorry, Adrian Matheson, 28 Beach Crescent.
Thank you.
One of the items is, and I don't know if everybody speaks up here, but I today was listening to the previous meeting very late on the ability, and some people were very hard to hear, and I'm wondering if some people just stand over there and speak, because if they do, it is extremely hard to hear them. And it would be nice if, I don't know if this is even on, if everybody would stand up here to discuss anything they have. That's item number 1. Item number 2 is the water meters. I know a couple of people have phoned, trying to get a status on the situation for our village, and they actually were met with quite a rebuttal. And I feel at this stage, looking at my latest bill, I, realize things have gone up, but I think we deserve now, because we were told previously that it was because of the water meter situation that, there was all the difficulty. I think we deserve in the village to have a report. How many meters have been actually fixed? Like mine has been, I'm not here as a complainer, I'm here as, curiosity, we would like to have a proper update. How many have been fixed? How many are still to be fixed? And so this is a request, so I know we don't get any response back. And the third item is your in-camera, your wording. Though there isn't any today, it says, your wording is that, just the end of it, preliminary stages that, in view of the council, could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality if they were held in public. I find this wording very odd. That, council goes behind doors to have these meetings. And basically, I don't know if they ever get released in camera. And I would like to know why the wording is like that. How can it harm us to know what you are talking about? Okay, that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Jean Holt?
So, do you mind going up to the mic, Jean? If that helps,
Jean Holt, 235 Willow Street.
thank you.
I just got a couple of questions because I've got a lot of people emailing me, and I don't know if they're rumors or if it's true. I haven't been to a meeting for a while. First of all, on your signs for some, speeding. That isn't gonna work, because I walk every morning with my dog. And I have to be very careful at a crosswalk, because nobody stops. They just continue on through. So you've gotta make sure that it's clear before you even use a crosswalk in Chase. So I don't think signs are gonna help. I think cops might. Even the school bus doesn't stop. You know, which is, makes that walk a little dangerous in the morning. Okay, now I've heard rumors too about the Chase Heath. Does the council own it?
No,
No?
no.
I didn't think so, but
No.
I wanted to verify that. So I can tell some people to quit rumoring me. I don't know what's happening with the water meters either. But I happen to know my daughter's isn't working, and you said you were phoning people and stuff to replace water heaters or water meters. She works from home. You guys have her phone number, she pays her bill. She's never heard from you. Never. So obviously, somebody's not following up and they're not telling us what's going on. And there's been a few requests for a new doctor in town. Has anything been done about that? You know, it's 3 years on the waiting list here. My husband was on, he didn't make it. All these kids graduating, there's gotta be some way we can encourage something. You know, they're graduating, they've got bills to pay. You think there'd be someone, like you've got 3 universities now putting doctors up. So I don't know, maybe you can come up with something we can do to encourage them to come.
We actually had something that encouraged it, and the residents were actually against it.
When was this?
Yeah, so I'll talk to you later.
When,
Yeah,
when was this? Because
yeah.
I've been trying for 3 years to get on a list, can't even get on a list. They're just so busy over here at Clinton. Okay, and I wasn't here for several meetings, so I don't know what's going on this lot.
On which?
His lot?
Issa?
Yeah, or his. So I can't say anything about it, but maybe I can get some information on it, so I know what's happening over there. You know,
What?
well, Jane had to leave, so obviously.
Oh, for that. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, the variance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, I was
Yeah.
confused.
So maybe I can get some information on it, just so I know what's happening.
Do you live within the 50 meters?
No,
The information is in the agenda.
okay, I didn't pick up on the agenda when I came in, because it's on there. I will look before I say anything.
Good idea.
I will read first.
And I'm interested in I'm always asking the Public Works when he makes his great reports every month, I'm always asking about the water meter issue. I know we've been working quite hard with finance to resolve. We're getting closer, every day we're getting closer.
Yeah.
So thank you.
One more question. I insured my husband up here. I got charged for weekend burial for digging the plot, which they dug on a Wednesday, but I got charged for Saturday's rates. They didn't fill it in, my neighbor did. You know, why? I paid for everything in cash. You know,
Okay, let's see staff writing that down.
yeah, but it was my neighbor who filled it in for me. Took him a few trips, and I'm very thankful for him. And that's all I have, but I will get an agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, the agendas are to your left, up on the wall.
Oh. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, Counselor Stevens, your shirt changed there. I saw you had a Blue Jays shirt somewhere there. He's got it. Okay, so we're done with opportunity, we're number 12. There's no in camera. 13, there's no release of in camera. And who wants to make the?
I'll move to
Counselor
adjourn.
Borglum? Adjourn the meeting?
Yes.
Counselor Herman? Okay, all in favor? Thank you, meeting adjourned. Go Jays.